Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one of the most important updates I've ever covered, and if you are a temporary resident in Canada or planning to apply for permanent residency in the future, you absolutely need to hear this from start to end. Something major just happened on December 3rd, and it is connected directly to the TR2. PR pathways, the future of Canada's immigration priorities, and the direction Mark Carney is taking immigration policy as new decisions roll out. For 2026, this announcement is going to impact workers, international graduates, visitors, employers, and every newcomer hoping to build a long-term life in Canada. So get comfortable, stay focused, and let's jump right into what this really means for you. Many of you have been waiting for clear signals about what Canada plans to do next, especially after months of uncertainty, rising pressure on the housing market, and major conversations happening about how temporary residents fit into Canada's long-term economic needs. For months, the immigrant community has been asking whether there will be a new TR2 PR program in 2026, and when clear pathways will return for people who are already inside Canada. And finally, on December 3rd, Mark Carney stepped forward with one of the strongest statements we've ever heard about immigration and the future of Canada's temporary resident strategy. The moment this announcement came out, there was immediate buzz everywhere. Social media, WhatsApp groups, immigration pages, community centers, classrooms, and workplaces. People were calling each other, trying to understand what this means for the next 2 years. And honestly, this reaction makes complete sense. The stakes are high. Over 2.5 million temporary residents are in Canada right now, including workers, students, and asylum claimants. Every one of them is hoping for stability, and every one of them wants to know whether 2026 will finally introduce a structured TR2 PR pathway that is fair, predictable, and designed for long-term success. So let's break down what actually happened on December 3rd. Instead of giving vague statements or soft hints, Mark Carney delivered a direct message. Canada can no longer ignore the imbalance between temporary residents and permanent immigration targets. He explained that if Canada needs workers long-term, then there must be clear and defined routes for them to transition from temporary to permanent status. At the same time, he emphasized controlling numbers, managing pressure on infrastructure, balancing economic needs, and ensuring long-term sustainability. His message was strong but also practical. And within that message, he opened the door to something that affects you directly. The 2026 transition plan. The most important part of what Carney said is this: Canada must make the immigration system more predictable, more strategic, and more aligned with economic outcomes. This includes creating immigration pathways that genuinely recognize the Canadian experience temporary residents already have. He acknowledged that people working, studying, and contributing to the country should not be left in limbo year after year. That acknowledgement alone is a major shift. For the last couple of years, temporary residents have felt stuck in uncertainty as the government reduced invitations, tightened rules, and shifted priorities. But this new direction indicates that change is coming. Now, what does this mean for TR2 PR specifically? According to his statement, the government will introduce a controlled, structured, economically focused transition pathway in 2026. And he hinted that the TR population will be divided into categories based on job type, skill level, province, duration of stay, and economic contribution. This means that instead of a single nationwide program, 2026 may bring multiple streams designed to support workers already integrated into the labor market. It may include separate pathways for essential workers, international graduates with relevant work experience, and even those in regional occupations that support community development. This is a very strategic shift because Canada is no longer looking at TR2 PR as a one-time special program. Instead, it's being framed as a long-term part of immigration design. Carney stressed that temporary workers are not just filling gaps. They are building Canada's economy, contributing to communities, and playing a key role in future workforce planning. So rather than reducing temporary immigration completely, the new strategy is to manage it intelligently and create smoother pathways for those who are actually needed. Let's talk about what impact this could have on international graduates, because they make up one of the largest categories of temporary residents. For the last several years, students have faced unpredictable conditions-lower CRS invitations, changing rules, rising costs, and increased competition. But Carney's announcement highlights a major shift. The government wants international education to return to its purpose, training skilled individuals who will help build Canada long-term, not simply filling open work positions or creating dependency on low-wage sectors. That's why the 2026 plan is expected to include a more targeted PR route for students with Canadian education plus relevant work experience. The days of relying purely on CRS scores may finally be replaced with a more balanced model that values Canadian experience properly. Another important piece of the December 3rd announcement is the focus on essential and high-demand sectors. Carney explained that Canada's economy is entering a new phase where specific industries, healthcare, construction, green energy, technology, transportation, manufacturing require long-term workers. Many of these sectors currently rely on temporary residents who are already trained, already working, and already integrated. Instead of constantly bringing in new workers from abroad, the government wants to stabilize the workers who are already here. This is one of the strongest signs that a structured TR2 PR system will be implemented. One more critical point Carney emphasized was the role of prevention. The 2026 plan will likely include expanded provincial control, meaning more nominations through PNPs, and more targeted pathways developed by provinces based on their shortages. This means your chances of PR will depend not only on federal policy, but also on how well you fit into provincial needs. Provinces like Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and Atlantic provinces may offer the fastest pathways because they are actively looking to grow their workforce and population. Now, let's talk about what this means for people who are already stressed, overwhelmed, and unsure about their future in Canada. Many of you have messaged me saying you feel stuck. Some of you are working long hours in essential jobs, but not getting enough CRS points. Others are planning to switch provinces or jobs just to improve your chances. And many of you have been waiting for a new TR to PR program for months. Carney's message is a turning point because it confirms that the government finally recognizes the uncertainty temporary residents are facing. And the 2026 plan is being designed specifically to address it. But let's also be realistic. This transition won't be automatic. Canada is restructuring the immigration system slowly and carefully. There will be new rules, new eligibility criteria, and new categories. This means you must start preparing early. Improve your work history. Stay in stable employment. Choose provinces that align with your occupation. Keep track of policy updates. Build skills that Canada needs. Because when the 2026 TR2 PR pathway officially opens, those who are prepared will benefit first. Carney's announcement also has a deeper message. Canada is shifting toward long-term immigration rather than short-term fixes. This means they want to reduce overdependency on temporary residents while strengthening pathways for people who truly want to settle. So instead of creating massive temporary streams that leave people stuck, Canada is going to create permanent, sustainable channels that bring clarity and stability. The reason this matters so much is because the entire immigration system is being reshaped around Canada's long-term vision, and temporary residents are finally being recognized as central to that future. For years, TRS have been essential in keeping Canada's economy stable, working in hospitals, serving in restaurants, building homes, transporting goods, supporting seniors, and driving growth. Now, with this new approach, Canada is saying, if you contribute to the country consistently, your efforts should count toward permanency. As we move into 2025 and approach the 2026 launch, you're going to see more announcements, more corrections, and more detailed plans. But what happened on December 3rd is the foundation of everything that's coming. It shows that the government is preparing a major structural change that will redefine the relationship between temporary and permanent immigration. And it shows that 2026 will not be just another year, it will be a turning point. Before I close, I want to speak directly to you. If you're in Canada right now, working hard, staying hopeful, waiting for clarity, I want you to know something. Your efforts matter. The country recognizes that, and the new direction being built for 2026 is going to finally give temporary residents the recognition and opportunity they deserve. Keep going. Stay consistent. Stay focused. Your future is not lost. It's reshaping right in front of you. And thank you for watching. If you found this update helpful, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. More detailed breakdowns, analysis, and upcoming immigration updates are coming soon. I'll keep you informed every step of the way. Until next time, take care and stay hopeful about your Canadian journey.